So this is going to show you what you have to do for the next part. I did forget one section in D2 is if you are working with Ticket to Work or BVR, then you would fill out this section and tell the Social Security what they're paying for and the amount of that cost. So let's say the item they're paying for maybe is your laptop. And the amount for your laptop is $199. And when will that item be purchased? We're going to say 1/20/20 because you needed to fill out taxes. So, funding your past plan. This shows whether or not you already have things. So everything that you have, let them know that you do have different items that you're going to use towards your work goal. It just helps. So it says, do you plan to use any items you already own, equipment, property, or savings to reach your work goal? If yes, list the items and the value. So when I filled out my plan, I put my mother's car because I'm just driving a car. So I actually said mother's car. How will this help you with your employment? After the value of the car was $15,000 at the time. How would this help you with your work goal? Then I'm going to say I need transportation to visit clients. Item, laptop. Value, $199. I need a laptop to prepare my clients' taxes. How do you plan to keep the money set aside for your past separate from your other funds? I plan to open a bank account at U.S. Bank, separate from my other funds. So now we're going further into E. List the income you currently receive or expect to receive. So at this point in time in 2020, when they're going to get this passport, you're probably receiving SSI, which I think in 2020, I think it would be $758. And then if you're working, this is $758 a month. And if you're working with me, I'm estimating that around $10,000 will be made during tax season. So self-employment income, we're going to put $10,000. So that's good money for 4 months. So that's where it goes. If you work at McDonald's and you make 300 there, put 300 there. If you sell Avon, put 100 there. And so it tells you the other please list. So we'll say McDonald's is the 300. And Avon Cosmetics is your 100. And how much will you set aside to pay for the items or services requested? We're going to try to figure out so much of what you need to be an enrolled agent. And if you work with me, I will sit down with you personally, and we will brainstorm about, okay, now how much do you need? What every little bitty penny that you can get, we will figure out how you can get it. So I'm going to just say that we're going to figure out how you're going to be able to set aside $5,000 to become an enrolled agent. So let's put that there. We're going to say $5,000 is going to go towards you setting aside to pay for this. And as we work together, we'll try to get it to be that amount, because that would be nice if you could set aside $5,000 for your work goal. Now, this part is very important. Part F, we'll move on to part F, is your food and don't include food stamps. So we're going to say our food usually runs us about $200. Rent, and if you live in subsidized housing, it's $300. Now, remember, when you're doing your expenses, it's got to be reasonable. You got to be able to show that you'll be able to set money aside. If you make your expenses so great and include every little thing, they're going to say, well, how can she even afford a pass? She can't even live. She can't even survive. So you're going to have to show that, yes, you do have expenses, but they're not so great that you can set money aside towards a pass. Another thing for other expense that this could be would be child care or a parental care if you're a caregiver for your adult parents. So that's what you could put there. And here are some more installments: child support, insurance premiums, credit card accounts, child support accounts. So like I said, kind of make sure that you don't make your expenses so great that they wonder, well, how is she ever gonna do this pass, because she doesn't have enough money to live. So make sure you don't make that mistake. So let's stop here and we'll talk about the signatures.